So how's everyone doing tonight? Everyone excited? End of the year's coming up. Are we all excited for that, right?
Oh yeah.
I'd like to introduce myself. My name's Tim Layer. So this event, this is all for Make-A-Wish. So great partnership there. I want to make sure that you guys know that all you guys attending great costs, obviously, as you guys know. Also, all your donate more than $5, all that will be going into a raffle at the end of our night tonight. So you could be the lucky person being drawn, which is awesome. So I have a little stuff here. I'm not as good as these guys up here, and they will be introduced on your programs as you see in that order as follows. But I want to kind of start out with a little stuff I have. So this is my senior year here. So I've had 4 years of a vacation worth $80,000. So you can see that it's been a long time, but it's been an awesome experience. So baseball starts today, right? March Madness, both Michigan teams made it to the next Final Four, right? No, right. But with nice weather starting out, which is awesome. And my experience here, it started off with a tour guide who really wasn't as involved as a tour guide should be. And from then on, I dove into trying to learn more about Grand Valley and what it was. So obviously your first experience makes a lot of difference in where you come and where you go. And I dove in more and found out more that Grand Valley is a place to be. I want to say that all you guys know that this is all the good stuff, that Grand Valley, what a great place. A lot of outlets for students. So a lot of great outlets for students, a lot of cool news that's happened throughout the year. So it's been an awesome experience. This event could not happen this is from an HGM 240 class, our professor, Penny Janes, and she couldn't unfortunately be here today. She's going to a different meeting today, so I know. But all our group over here is to the right, so you can give a wave. So yeah, and thank you to all the volunteers, 48 West, Spotlight Productions, Swim and Dive Club. Also, we have in the back as well, we have institutional marketing here, so you'll see different photographers representing Grand Valley, taking different photos, so if you are uncomfortable, just let them know. Yeah, I know, right? And also,
to the balcony.
Right, also if you need a selfie taken, they can take a selfie for you. So moving on from there, tweet out for social media too, hashtag GVRoast2014. So I hope you hashtag have a good time, hashtag make it a great night. Also, we'll kind of move on from there. Okay, so I want to kind of recognize some people in the audience. So President Haas right here, so give a wave, President. I want to thank you for coming out. I appreciate it. So a little bit about the president. He's done many great initiatives for our university, great representative of Grand Valley. More about him, he has a master's and PhD in chemistry, so you know he's excited for the new library coming in. He served 23 years in the Coast Guard, and you can see him in different videos, events, memes. You can chat with him on virtual office hours, be involved with the community, and so much more. President Haas has been involved with department chairs, deans, vice presidents, president, active in many boards in the community, so much involvement, and we appreciate it. Great representative of Grand Valley, and we are honored he's here. I have interacted with the president at different events. Also had pancakes at his house, which was a special thing, which is awesome, right? Cooks great pancakes. Get excited for that, right? I have a couple songs for the president. I see the president in different songs, and I'm going to start out with the first one here. So every time an issue comes up in the university, I hear this song. That one right there. So every time an issue. Next song, every time he walks on campus, this song he plays. I feel like that one, right? Okay. Next one I see, every time he's referenced in anything. Yeah, just anything in general. Anything in general, whether it's papers. So yeah, that one. Really, anything else? This song. Hail to the grandpa. Classic school spirit song, right? So get excited for that. Also, I'd like to recognize Paul Stansby over here. Get excited, HGM head. So I was thrown off first by his English accent at first, and then almost replicated myself because it was so unique. But no, great guy. He's helped me out a lot with different classes, and yeah, I appreciate all of it. Okay, cool. And then everything else. I also want to mention Louis Laker and Lewis here. Obviously, you know Lewis from the cutout by the 2020 desk, and Louis Laker here. They're obviously they represent Grand Valley very well. Also, they scare kids as well, which is right. Cool. Up first, I want to mention. Louis! I know I messed this up. Who invited him? There we go. Up first, I want to introduce our first comedian. He is Luis Valencia.
Not all my professors are that bad. I actually was gonna miss a week of school because I was gonna see family, you know, and they were pretty cool about it. They're like, oh, you know, that's great, have fun, enjoy yourself. Don't worry about missing class. You're failing anyway. Yeah, it's not the best email to get. I don't know if you guys gotten it, but not great. Not great. Actually, I met with my professor, my counselor, and we're talking about, you know, because I've been in school for a while, seeing what I can do to speed up the process, and you know, to get out of college and stuff. So they're going through my options. They're like, okay, you can be an engineer in 2 years, you can be a math teacher in a year and a half, or you can be a janitor tomorrow. After that email, it's not looking so bad. That's enough about me. I feel like you guys got a decent background on that. Let's start talking about Grand Valley and how awesome this school is. Again, give it a round of applause, Grand Valley. I just really want you guys to clap because I'm feeling kind of lonely here. So, I mentioned diversity, you know, before about growing up with, you know, all different types of, you know, people. Well, mostly just Black and Hispanic, which is fine. And I don't know why I didn't think about that so much, you know, coming to Grand Valley State University. You guys are college students, I'll let that one sneak in. You guys will get it eventually, hopefully. Grand Valley's actually been around since 1960. You know, and that's about the time where desegregation and all that stuff happened. So, oddly enough, they still have the same amount of, you know, Hispanic students. Talked about the wrecking ball earlier, and you know, they kind of closed it off and everything. And I think it's actually a good thing. I mean, people really like, you know, they really supported that wrecking ball because, I mean, it kind of supported us. I mean, you could fit like 5 people on that at once. I don't know if you guys must know with it. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. I think what they should do, you know, I don't know if they're going to remove it or not, but I think they should move it, you know, kind of a little closer to like, you know, like Kirkhoff, make it like a landmark. You can be like, this is Miley Cyrus's wrecking ball. You know, bring in some revenue, get some tourists, make some money. And this is an idea, you know, just play around with it. You want? I just want a little credit, that's fine. Also the thing, the clock tower, the huge clock tower, I actually like that thing. I don't know if you guys have any preference on it at all. I really like it because it always reminds me of how late I am to class. I think I'm the only Hispanic, no, actually in the back, or where did he go? Jose, yep. It's funny because we actually know each other, but when he walked in, I didn't actually want to admit it because I was like, there's all white people here and there's only 2 Hispanics and we know each other, like, I'm not trying to fit in there. But I'll see you at the family reunion next Sunday. Alright. I think people are just really surprised because they never thought they would see this kind of essay in college. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Area 51 in the bottom of Kirkhoff. I think that's a really weird name because up until I got here, I mean, really, I was the first alien in that building. That was an appropriate response. Thank you. I Get Up Here Comics coming up here tonight. They're going to tell you jokes, make you laugh, and we're going to have a good time. We have AJ Rank, Aaron Putnam? No. This guy with the glasses. I'm sorry. James Martin and Jarrett Weber. Sorry, what's your name? I'm sorry.
My name's Louis.
Louis.
How you doing?
That's right. Louis. That's right. Have fun with that.
Yeah, that's pretty good game.
James Morton, we actually had we were in Funniest Person in Grand Rapids this past Wednesday. His last name's Morton, like the salt, I guess. But to me, it looks more like pepper. I've discovered that a lot of the African American guys on campus hang out at Mackinac a lot. And it's really in the name, because they're there macking on all the hoes. I know Jared's in the fraternity, correct? And I really want to, because I know a lot of fraternities around the U.S. are getting kind of, a lot of attention and stuff. But really, our fraternities are great. Thankful to our fraternities, all of our sororities have developed a immunity to roofies. So thank you. Thank you. That one was more. One time. That's all it takes. I see Louis over there. I didn't really expect him to be here, but I think it's interesting because no one ever thinks about who's really inside there. Does anyone know who Louis is in the inside? See, no one knows. That's crazy. I always wonder what is it like in the day of him? Is he in class nobody knows? Does it sneak in you're trying to hype people up when you walk in class? You're wrong place, sorry. All right, I'm going to say a couple words before I get out of here about T. Haas. Thank you again for being here and showing up. And now there's a couple jokes I can't say. One thing that I have to say is because if you spell his name, it's with 2 A's. Just stop being greedy. You don't need one. You need a point across. It's okay. You don't need it. Really, I was thinking about it because T. Haas is he's runs this, and he probably, this whole university, he runs it, he supports it and everything, and I kind of think of him as Grand Valley's Batman. Kind of run everything, you're kind of hiding in the shadows, you're probably kind of hanging out on the clock tower, watching me when I'm late and stuff, oh, I'm gonna get you, and then you beat me up or whatever he does. All right, that's my time. Thank you guys. I had a great time. I'm Luis.
At least you guys got that. I want to thank everyone for coming out tonight. A lot of people think we're called the Lakers because we're so close to Lake Michigan. That's not the reason why. The reason why we're called the Lakers is because we drowned in tuition rates. I never understood why the building on campus is called the Connection when you have to walk forever to get to it. What's it even connecting? Grand Valley to Ohio? One thing about GV that does drive me crazy is paying for parking. We already pay thousands of dollars. Thank you. Somebody else. We already pay thousands of dollars to attend. It just doesn't make any sense. It's like buying flowers for your own funeral. I'm happy you all made it out here tonight, though. I appreciate you all coming. I'm sure some of you had to take the rapid, or as I like to call it, oh shit, I gotta ride this thing again. And for those of you who do take the rapid downtown, you know it to be called the 50. And I think it's called the 50 because that's how many people cut in front of you to get on the damn thing. You ever see those shirts for Brian's Books that say Brian's Books use me? That's really clever. Grand Valley actually has one similar. It says GV's bookstore raped me. You ever try to sell books back to the bookstore, you actually end up owing them money? I just stopped selling my books back and been using them as toilet paper because at least this way they're actually worth shit. Louis the Lakers here. Can we give it up for Louis? Seriously, So Louis looks like if Popeye and the Pillsbury Doughboy had a baby, and then dropped that baby down a flight of stairs. I don't know why his mouth looks like that. I don't know what that is. That actually works with the next joke because I don't know why your mouth looks like that. It looks like you had a stroke and never fully recovered. Here's a question though. If Louis the Laker is a captain, does that make you all his seamen? I'm done with Louis. The proceeds of the show are actually going to the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and I'm actually this year's recipient, and I wish I would have gone to a better school. Grand Valley has won the NACDA Directors Cup an unprecedented 8 times. And for those of you who don't care, don't worry, you're not alone. Thank God for our women's soccer team, the only football team this year that actually won us a national championship. So Louis in America, we call your football soccer, and I'll explain it to you later. Former head football coaches Brian Kelly and Chuck Martin both have won 2 national championships each, whereas current head coach Matt Mitchell has won none. But we understand winning takes time. It's not like he was just handed the most successful Division II college football program in the nation. Okay. Yeah, he was. We just wanted national championships, that's what we want. Speaking of not ever winning national championships, how about our men's basketball team? They've never won. College students should have got that. Really though, this is a football school. Nobody cares about our basketball team. The only time students want to watch a Lakers game is if Kobe's playing. Did you all know that every football player, regardless of their position, gets a full ride from at least 3 sorority girls? Fraternities and sororities actually have a name for people who aren't in them. They call us GDIs, which is an acronym for Goddamn Independence. But little do they know, we have a name for them. Douchebags. I think it's funny that guys join fraternities with the sole desire to have sex with girls, but end up just having sex with each other.
One time!
The outlook is different when you're in a fraternity. For example, when you spill alcohol, they call it a party foul. When you take advantage of a drunk girl, they call it a steal. And when you wake up hungover with an STD, they call it Saturday. Speaking of STDs, Jarrett Weber is here. For those of you who don't know Jarrett, he is a very funny guy and a member of Sigma Pi. But Jarrett, just some advice, maybe do a little more Sigma and a little less Pi. Your waistline will thank you.
Lewis isn't a member. Lewis isn't a member. Shots fired. I don't do Sigma, I just do Pi.
All right, I'm going to move on to T-Haas. Please give it a round of applause for him for being here tonight. They say you're only supposed to roast the ones you respect, so I'm sorry, Haas, I can't roast you. Just kidding, of course I respect you. I never understood why people are so excited to see you, though. They want to take pictures with a senior citizen. It's the first time. For those of you who don't know, though, Haas is German for old, so it's okay. But don't let his age fool you, because nobody on campus works harder than this guy's bladder. Seeing Haas on campus, though, is a lot like losing your virginity. It happens only once, it lasts a few seconds, and you remember it for a lifetime. In all seriousness though, I'm extremely honored that I was asked to be here and do this. I love this school and I couldn't ask for a better place to get my education. I want to thank everyone that was involved for putting this together, and also T. Haas, thank you for being here and being such a great sport. I do truly respect you and all you do for this university. My name is AJ Rake, and thank you very much.
For everyone to give a hand for Make-A-Wish again. Fantastic organization. Makes you just want to be born sick. I heard earlier that someone had pancakes at T. Haas's house, which is awkward because when I went, all I had was sex. When I look at the crowd here tonight, one word comes to mind: diversity. I have never seen such an assortment of white people before in my entire life. I feel like the closest thing to understanding the minority struggle and diversity you guys have is riding the slave ship 50. You just cram it in and go for the long journey and you're disappointed on the other end. GVU is nice though, because whenever I go to a job interview, it's always a huge topic of discussion. Usually starting with the question of, where is that, are they a real school? I'm also from New York, and I like to say that out loud because it makes me feel better than you. I always thought the name Grand Valley was a little bit misleading, because according to my last loan statement, it's about 50 Grand Valley, and not going anywhere. Kind of like me. So, Nora forgot to mention, I'm an alumnus, so I'm all types of bitter. And Grand Valley taught me I could truly be whatever I wanted to be, as long as I lowered my aspirations. And luckily he made it on time, but a lot of people don't know, Jared was actually late today, because he got lost. Apparently he got directions from his advisor, so good to know. And there's a lot of bashing on Division II. We shouldn't be mean. T. Haas is actually for a few years, decades, right, sitting on the board for Division II, I believe. And I mean, a lot of people bash the team for not making the championship. It's Division II. It's really like being the smartest kid with Down syndrome when you win that. And one thing I think is a joke is the I Chose Division II campaign, if anyone remembers that from a couple years ago. Like, I chose Division II. No, you didn't. Your knee injury your senior year chose Division II. And I don't want to say that I didn't like my time at Grand Valley. I don't want to say that it was too stressful, but to put things in perspective, when I showed up here, I had hair. But I definitely feel like I matured at Grand Valley. In the manner of aging poorly, you may not believe it, but I'm actually only 19. And there's a lot of talk of whores up here, which is weird, because I don't get why we have these girls that are chasing after the football players. Like, don't they realize these guys have less a chance of a contract with the NFL and more a chance of contracting an STD? So, if that's your thing, go for it. Word on the street is the only thing easier to get into at Grand Valley than the women is debt. So, the man of the hour tonight is T. Haas. Would you mind taking a stand? Everyone give T. Haas a round of applause. See, I really can't bash T. Haas. He's actually a fellow New Yorker, so I feel like we have a bond or something. And what people may not know about T. Haas is earlier it was mentioned that he was in the Coast Guard for quite a long time, but for me personally, I think his highlight is, for those of you that are born in 1990. There was this big oil spill, and it was the Exxon Valdez big oil spill. Everyone old in the room knows what I'm talking about. Tejas was actually in charge of cleaning that up as a lieutenant commander in the Coast Guard. So actually, could we give another round of applause for that? I just find it a little bit concerning that the prerequisite to running Grand Valley was cleaning up an environmental disaster. All right, but that is my time. I'm James. Thank you very much for having me.
Can't touch this. Music here, so hard, makes me say, oh my God, thank you.
I do a handstand, but I got a microphone.
It's good when you know you're down.
Yeah, you can't even talk.
It's such and this is bigger. You can't touch it. I told you, old boy.
You know, we need to get some parachute pins on this guy right now. I'm just saying. Jeez, man. But yeah, we're here for Make-A-Wish Foundation. Can we give it up for Make-A-Wish, please? Seriously, honestly. It's a great cause. I mean, so far this has just been such a great night. Don't we all think we're all sitting here watching Tejas? I just see Tejas' face the whole time, like, can't laugh at that joke, can't laugh at that joke. I can't laugh at that joke now. Maybe I'll smile, that's great. But no, honestly, on the family tree of great American universities, I feel Grand Valley gets the sap. Our graduates have gone on to do amazing things. No one's ever heard about them, but that's a different problem. Ain't that right, James? Yeah? Yeah, I know. You know. You know, the Lanthorn, I feel, is a really great paper. Sometimes I even bring it into the bathroom, but not for reading. It's the only rough draft I've seen that actually goes straight to print. But the Lanthorn has recognized me as a campus icon every once in a while, so I thank them. You spelled my name wrong. Twice. It's ridiculous. Show of hands, who took the bus to get here today? Anyone? Yeah, get a car, please. I feel like there's one experience that everyone needs to have at GVSU, and that is circling around the freaking parking lot looking for a space that isn't 5 miles off campus. Jeez. But that's the point, really. GVSU has no equal. Everyone else is better. I mean, we've had flooded sidewalks, constant white noise from construction. Every room in Kirchhoff is constantly reserved. That's why we're stuck here. We all had to come over here to 48 freaking West. Who are you?
The manager!
The manager? Yeah, you better support your own business. That's right. I mean, they even took away the wrecking ball.
Yeah.
But so we're stuck here with floods, noise, no rooms, and no balls. That's great. I mean, I understand putting a fence around the ball Tejas, but do we really need the snipers on the roof as well? Jeez. Although you have to admit, GVSU begins to grow on you. Like a tumor. No, it's not malignant though. It's not malignant though. But what I'm really trying to say is GVSU is a self-made university, which means they have no one else to blame. Is this too fast for you, Timmy? Huh? You okay? You just, yes, it's okay. Yeah, you came up to me and said, hey, you want to do some jokes? I only got 4 people, so that's great. It's okay, Timmy. We'll talk after the show. But honestly, the campus, when I first got to GVSU, I noticed that the campus looks like $1 million. And yet Tejas keeps asking for donations from my parents while I'm still in school. I got an email the other week. What is this? What is this? Really, Tejas? But no, honestly, Tejas, I have the utmost respect for you. We've worked on a couple projects together. You've raised millions in funding for the school. You take time out of your busy schedule each week to talk with the students that you serve. So it comes from the heart when I say, is that all you got? Seriously, come on. I mean, no, I'm kidding you old timer. I mean, I saw your moves at President's Ball. I thought you pulled something. But, geez, your wife isn't here. That's really unfortunate. I had a couple things lined up for her because I'm sure she'd be quite lovely. But you know, we got a couple good-looking people in the audience tonight. I mean, there's you, there's me, and that's about it. So, but no, can you take a look? I don't know if they're laughing. Are they laughing? They're laughing? Okay, good. But why do I kid Tejas? Because he's old. He's old. What can he do to me? He's only the president. Don't worry, Tejas, I spoke to the home. We got you in your room like for 2. So, it's great. That's just beautiful. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Of course, I'm just being serious. I like this guy right here. He's looking at me like, wow, he's Taylor Laker. He's the guy with the cardboard cutout. What's your name? Jay. What's your last name? Urban? Erkman? Jay Erkman. Get out. But yeah, I'm Taylor Laker. Which means a bunch of freshmen in James asked me, hey, how do you get to Kleiner? It's only been a few days since I've been here. What am I, a GPS? No, I mean, whenever I see those people, I say, hey, take a ride on Lake Michigan Drive and keep going. We don't need those people on this campus. You should know by now. No, I'm serious. But I kid you, James, I do. We never talked. We're going to be close. But as Taylor Laker, I like to promote events. I can remember such classics as Mr. Fang Wang's Kung Fu demo. Jeez, Tim Hortons' day-old donut sale. And Ace's 8 days a week drinking seminar. Every day there's an Ace's drinking seminar, and I thought this was a dry campus. Really? Wow, okay. Yeah, I have a cardboard cutout, which means there's about 10 people a day telling me they're gonna steal it. Look, if you're gonna steal something, usually don't tell the person, okay? Because then we gotta write you down. But the Whale Radio is our college station. I DJ a show on that. Who's ever listened to it? Anyone ever listened to it? Yeah, exactly. That's great. Donors and free speech was a big issue this semester, but I'm totally cool with them, coming in and paying some money. I mean, ever since we had that lawsuit with the comforting of animals and that hamster, I mean, we need all the help we can get. You know what I'm saying? We've had so many luxuries at this campus. I mean, on a regular basis, I debate whether to connect to the Wi-Fi or jump off the MIT library. Don't worry, Siemens' bike will catch me. That's okay. But honestly and truly, Grand Valley has given me so many opportunities I can barely count them. The people I've met here have always been there to challenge me and push me to new places. I know that this is the place I'm supposed to be for the coming years, and that its impact on me will carry me and all of its students to new heights. Tejas, you are our humble president, and we thank you for all that you've done. Thank you.
Hey guys, how's everybody doing tonight? Good? Yeah, that's excellent. So you may know me as the guy who got second place in last second standing. Was Rob. Sorry, I have a bad cough. But yeah, we're here for Make-A-Wish tonight. That's great. I have a few wishes myself. I wish they would have got me a bigger t-shirt. So I don't point at everyone. I apologize for my nipples looking at you more than my eyes do tonight. Another wish I had is that they wouldn't have stuck me next to Shazam and the cardboard cutout. But anyway, all these guys are great comedians tonight. We even had the man, the myth, the legend, Tim Lair, do comedy. You may recognize Tim as the guy who set this up, the guy who started the swim and dive team, and the guy who occasionally wears a tracksuit around campus and speaks 1,000,000 miles a minute. When Tim called me to do this event, our conversation went something like this. I was like, hey Tim, how are you? He's like, go Jared. Hey, well, hey man, we've got a comedy show. How you doing? Get pumped, get excited. What's going on, Tim? He's like, yeah, you're gonna be in this roast. You got it? I don't know about, all right, see you there. But I realized that Tim Lair would be an awful GPS system today. I got lost on my way here, which is really awkward because I live down the street. But I had another good conversation with Tim today when I was like, hey Tim, I'm maybe a little bit late. He's like, yo, where are you? Hey, I'll be right there. Got it. Yeah, you're on the highway, just do a U-turn. You got it. Get excited. Just dodge the cars. Get pumped. Right now. I'm like, okay, Tim. But seriously though, thank you you so much, Tim, for putting on this awesome event. We had great comedians like Luis Valencia here today. Give a round of applause for him. I'm so glad that you crossed the border to be here tonight. Not everyone can make that commute. I do need my Uno cards back, however. Me and all my majority friends are getting bored. And I'm really glad to see that you are embodying Grand Valley. You really took the well-rounded part to life. I remember when Lewis first joined the stand-up comedy club. He was really shy. He was kind of good at doing jokes, and well, you're still kind of average. So, but moving on, I was really worried that I'd be the most unfunny person here, and then the Hey There Liker guy did comedy. Yeah, I haven't seen something that bad since the Situation did the roast. Yeah, everybody, I really thought that nothing could get worse than this sound system, and then you did comedy. But I have Lewis in a statistics class, and one thing I learned is that all probability in statistics is between 0 and 1, and all probability of you laughing at his jokes is 0. Boom! Statistically roasted! So then we have Anton Rank, otherwise known as AJ, who is the most disgusting human being alive. They asked Lewis not to participate last Lakers, or no, they probably don't want you either. But they asked AJ not to come back to last Lakers standing because of his jokes. So I do have some advice for you. When you look at your comedy career, you should look at it like your girlfriend's pregnancy and just get rid of it. Which brings me to my next point. T-House. This is completely unrelated. So this is more of a request, not a joke. Please help me find a job. I'm drowning. But he clapped. What does that mean? The most emotion he's thrown all night. One thing I have to say though is that I know that spring break video you made was BS because you were down at PCB like everyone else, throwing up your fraternity's gang signs, slamming Natty Ices. I've seen the picture, it's all over Instagram. But on the real though, Thomas, you've done a lot for this campus. You've separated the people who will get jobs and who won't get jobs, and we call that the DeVos campus and the Allendale campus. We have all the business, science, engineering majors about 20 miles away, and then we have the humanities, and otherwise known as Allendale. That's one of my most enjoyable parts about Grand Valley is being a humanities major. Who gave this man a chair, though? Wait, hold on. Why do you get a chair? He gets a chair. I'm kind of mad about that. Anyway, one request, though, I have, T-Haas, is please stop directly messaging GVSU crushes about me. Seriously, just because you have a chemistry degree does not mean we have chemistry. Yeah, but one thing I like about DeVos campus is they have nice stuff, unlike the 48 West Commons. Yeah, so we're here, one of the greatest places, and it was funny because they're known for booting people, and listening to T-Haas argue his way out of a boot was pretty hilarious. And so I walk up here, and he's like, "Hello, this is Grand Valley State University President Tom Haas. That's my car. Why'd you boot it?" And then he put him on hold for 30 minutes. But one thing I love about Grand Valley is all of my job prospects. They really, you know, the counseling career services, they'll tell you to go on LinkedIn to get a job. So I tried that and I searched writer, and the result I got back was, should have been a major at the DeVos campus. And I thought that was a really awkward thing to say. I just want to stare at this guy. He's really blue. Why is he so blue? That's weird. All right, but that's my time. Thank you all so much.
All right. This is okay. I don't have any notes, as you can see, but there's still time for you to get a job. Just go to Grand Rapids. All right, you can do that. And you went to the wrong house for pancakes. And you know, Louis, they wanted to do a cutout of me, but they got you. And we do have a good intercollegiate program. Did you play basketball? I don't think so. You know, my best friend in high school is from Mexico. Hola, ¿cómo está? Yeah? Hablas español mucho? Mucho. Nah. But it is great. It's fun to have a cause like Make-A-Wish, and as it was referenced that I'm chairing the Division II right now for the NCAA, and our student athletes in Division II have taken Make-A-Wish as their philanthropy of choice, and so throughout the whole of the nation, Division II is helping Make-A-Wish, and knowing some of the youngsters that have really taken advantage of this program, it does make a difference in their lives, in their families' lives. And so I am so proud that you are doing this, and I think the HTM crowd over here needs another applause, don't you think? And I think our comedians, of course, need another round of applause. By the way, you were right the way Tim does talk. I was at a basketball game, you know, just kind of enjoying the game. He comes up and he says, be there. And it was just like that. And so what do? You say, sure. I'm going to leave it this way. One of the things that I'm asked many times is, what do I like best about my job? It's you, our students at Grand Valley State University. I've been here 8 years now, and every time I turn around, I am so proud of our students, so proud of our alums. You all are making a difference, just like you are right now. So thank you all very much for coming out and having a couple of laughs. And there's about 4 more weeks until commencement, so let's go out in grand style. Thanks a bunch.
Awesome. Let's give another round for President Haas here. Awesome. All these guys did a great job. Thank you. Seriously, it's been awesome, especially Jared, all you guys. Seriously, senior year, right? Thank you all for coming again. Make-A-Wish. Like I said, should I do my all my impressions now? Get pumped, get excited, Jack for life. Get ready. Okay. I go on and on. You guys will understand me. But okay. But the raffle winner. Thank you guys for your donations. Steve Lane. Steve Lane. Steve Lane. Is it Louis? No, I'm kidding. Steve Lane. Okay. Okay, awesome. Congratulations. Cool. Like President Haas said, all the involvement here. I am involved in numerous things here: student senate, admissions, swim club. I go on and on, right? But all the involvement here makes a difference. Seriously, it does. From the events, from the fundraising, and from all these guys doing their comedic work. definitely makes a huge difference. And that's what pays off at Grand Valley. So we'd like to thank you guys for coming out, and thank you again. We'll see you guys later, all right?